Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of the Science and Technology Current Affairs for October 1st October to 31st October 2025, covering updates from 1st to 31st October. October was a power-packed month with major breakthrough in space technology, new scientific discoveries, global tech developments and policy decisions that could shape our future. In this video, we will quickly and clearly break down the most important updates perfect for general awareness, UPSC, SSC, banking exam, and all competitive exams. So let's dive straight into the key science and technology highlights of October 2025 Part 2. We have already learned eighth updates. Now we are starting from ninth updates. India moves toward GPS independence with NAVIC standards. NAVIC means Navigation with Indian Constellation. So the government has introduced comprehensive standard for navigation with Indian constellation NAVIC receivers, which was developed by Indian Space Research Organization. NAVIC is India's homemade satellite-based navigation system, indigenous navigation system designed to reduce dependence on United States GPS global positioning system and strengthen strategic autonomy in space-based devices. Standardizing India satellite navigation frameworks. It is the aim of standardizing India satellite navigation framework. The Bureau of Indian Standard has introduced detailed guidelines to ensure consistent quality and performance of navigation with Indian constellation receivers. So these is standard defined technical parameters such as signal acquisition, tracking capability, positioning accuracy, and timing precision. So they also set benchmarks for resistance to interference and environmental robustness. The framework aims to ensure that navigation with Indian constellation and NAVIC enabled devices, including mobile phones, navigation system, location-based application, deliver reliable and uniform performance across different sectors such as transports, disaster management, and agriculture. So, the foundation of satellite based navigation is a global network of satellites in medium Earth orbit that broadcast radio signals. Globally, satellite navigation is most familiar with the 31 global GPS satellites, which are developed and operated by United States. So, the other constellation also provides similar services. Services together, this constellation and their respective augmentation are known as the Global Navigation Satellite System (GN). GNSS. So the other constellation are GLONASS. It is developed by and operated by Russian Federation. Next one is a Galileo, which is developed by operation by the European Union. BDAO, it is developed by and operated by China. India has entered the arena of satellite navigation with its two major projects, and projects are GAGAN, GPS added geo augmented navigation, and IRNSS, India Regional Navigation Satellite System. GAGAN is a space-based augmentation for GPS developed jointly by ISRO and the Airport Authority of India. Strategic push for technological self-reliance. The new policy is a part of India's long-term vision mission to build an independent navigation ecosystem high precision after being denied access to high precision GPS data during the 1999 Kargil conflict. By standardizing NAVIC technology, India joins global powers like United States GPS, European Union Galileo, Russia GLONASS, China BDO, in an operating at its own satellite navigation system. Unlike GPS, which is controlled by United States Department of Defense, NAVIC is managed by civilian authorities in India and tailored to meet domestic and regional. It is made to meet domestic and regional requirements. NAVIC's evolution and operational strength, originally known as India Regional Navigation Satellite System, NAVIC was approved in the year 2006 and became fully operational in 2018 after deploying a constellation of How many satellites? Seven satellites. The system provide accurate positioning services across India and up to 1500 kilometers beyond its borders. Under the new BIS framework, certified receivers will support ISRO standard positioning service SPS signal transmitted in L1, L5, and S frequency bands to ensure compatibility with diverse terrains and modern devices. Exam oriented fact: NAVIC stand for Navigation with Indian Constellation, developed by ISRO. The BIS standard required 1.5-meter position accuracy in 50 nanosecond timing precision. India was denied access to GPS data during the 1999 Kargil conflict, prompting indigenous development. NAVIC transmits signals L1, L5, S bands for civilian, different types of civilian application. One liner recap: India's Bureau of Indian Standard BIS has introduced new digital standard for navigation using ISRO's NAVIC system to promote indigenous navigation capabilities and reduce dependence on foreign GPS system. So prelims question: what is an NAVIC? Recently seen in the news, it is India's indigenously developed navigation satellite system designed operated by ISRO, providing accurate position information services covering India and region entering extending 1500 kilometers around it. The recently introduced standard for navigation with NAVIC were formulated by which institution? By BIS. NAVIS stand for Navigation with Indian Constellation. NAVIS operates using frequency bands L5 and S bands. Now, next news is Google's Willow chip marks a milestone in quantum computing. In a landmark achievement for quantum technology, Google Quantum Artificial Intelligence has introduced its Willow chip. The name of chip is Willow chip. Willow chip has achieved the world's first variable quantum advantage. It has world's first variable quantum advantage using an algorithm, and the name of that algorithm is quantum echoes. The chip performed a computation 13,000 times faster than the most advanced classical algorithm running on the one of the most fastest supercomputers. Breakthrough in quantum computing performance. The quantum echoes algorithm published in Nature marks a historic step in verifying quantum computational power. Unlike previous demonstration of quantum supremacy, Google's result is variable, meaning the outcome can be repeated or it can be confirmed by other quantum computers or through experimental duplication. This represents a pivotal important shift from theoretical performance to practical verification in the field. About quantum echoes algorithm explains: quantum echoes, also known as out of order time correlator OTOC algorithm, which enables the analysis of atomic interaction within the molecules using nuclear magnetic resonance (NMR). It acts as a molecular ruler, helping scientists compute molecular structures and understand natural system ranging from magnets to black holes. The algorithm's precision and scalability could open new frontiers in computational chemistry and condensed matter physics. Its application in drug chemistry and material science. According to Google CEO Sundar Pichai, the Willow's chip breakthrough could accelerate discoveries in drug design and material science by simulating molecular interaction that are currently beyond the reach of classical computing. The technology could dramatically improve the ability to predict chemical reactions and design new compounds, a feat that could reshape modern science and nanotechnology. From verification to real world application, this verified quantum advantage bridges the gap between theory and practical use, marking a major stride towards real world quantum computing. By enabling scalable verification, the Willow chip demonstrates that quantum processor can now produce repeatable, reliable result, a foundable step towards quantum technologies that may soon power next generation scientific and industrial application. So, related GK facts, quantum advantage refers to the point where a quantum computer outperforms the best classical computers on a different types of specific tasks. Google's 2019 Sycamore chip first demonstrated quantum supremacy, solving a problem unfeasible for supercomputers. Nuclear magnetic resonance (NMR) is a technique which is used to determine molecular structures based on magnetic properties of atomic nuclei. Quantum error correction achieved in the year 2024 on the below chip, it remains a core challenge for scalable quantum computing. One liner recap for these updates: Google's below chip has achieved the world's first verifiable quantum advantage, proving that quantum computers can reliably outperform classical supercomputers in specific tasks. The term quantum advantage recently in the news refers to answer is quantum computers solving problems faster than the most powerful classical computers. Second question, the below chip recently developed by Google is related to quantum computing. Third question, which of the following statement is correct regarding Willow's chip? So in this case, it achieved the first variable computing advantage. Then it outperformed the world's most powerful supercomputers on certain computation. It uses superconducting qubits as its base technology. So all three are correct. So next update is NASA detects a new Earth companion in space, the quasi-moon. The NASA has confirmed the presence of a new quasi-moon which is orbiting around the Earth. The object officially named 2025 PN7. PN7 it is a small asteroid that has been accompanying Earth on its journey around the Sun since 1960. Discovered by the Pan Stars Observatory in Hawaii, this cosmic neighbor is expected to stay in Earth's orbit until around 2038 before drifting away into space. About NASA's discovery and observation, the quasi-moon, roughly, which is 19 meters, 62 feet wide, is one of the smallest and least stable companions to Earth ever detected. Unlike the natural moon, 2025 P97 is not gravitationally bound to our planet. Instead, it follows a parallel orbit around the sun, occasionally appearing to loop around Earth due to its unique trajectory. The object's faintness make it invisible to the naked eye and observable only through it is seen only through advanced telescope. What makes a quasi-moon different? A quasi-moon differs from a natural satellite as it does not orbit Earth directly, as it does not move around the Earth directly. So instead, it shares Earth's orbital path around the Sun in a synchronized pattern. It shared Earth's orbital path around the Sun in a synchronized pattern. Scientists classify such object as part of Arjuna asteroids, which mirrors Earth Moon through space. Over time, gravitational interaction cause these bodies to drift away, making them temporary visitors rather than permanent moons. The first quasi-satellite 1991 VG was discovered in the year 1991. 1991 thought to be an artificial it thought to be initially thought to be an artificial object. Since then, astronomers have identified several others, including Camo Oliva, which has been orbiting Earth for centuries. This discovery highlights the dynamic and ever-changing nature of Earth's gravitational environments. So the related GK facts, the term quasi-moon refers to asteroid that orbit the suns in sync with planet. Earth currently has at least 6 known quasi-moons. Kamoleva, discovered in 2016, is one of the most stable quasi-moons till now known. NASA's Pan-STARRS Observatory in Hawaii specialist in tracking near-Earth's object. So, what are the significance of this discovery? NASA's identification of 2025 PN7 PN7 deepens our understanding of Earth's celestial companions and the complexity of near-Earth space. This finding contribute to studies on orbital mechanics, asteroid behavior, and planetary defense, revealing that Earth's neighborhood is far more dynamic than previously thought. So, one liner recap is NASA has confirmed the discovery of a new quasi-moon 2025 PN7, a near-Earth asteroid that co-orbit the Sun with Earth, appearing to orbit our planet like a second moon. That prelims MCQ-based question, the term quasi-moon recently in the news refers to a near-Earth asteroid that temporarily orbits Earth while orbiting the Sun. Next question, 2025 PN7 recently discovered by NASA is a near-Earth asteroid acting as a quasi-satellite. So which of the following correctly describe a quasi-satellite? So it shares the same orbital period around the Sun as Earth. It remains gravitationally buoyant to the Earth in a stable orbit. It's wrong. It periodically appears to orbit Earth, but it's not a true satellite. So, verse 1 and 3 is correct. Next news is MITI proposes new IT rules to label and trace deepfake and artificial generated content. So, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, MITI, has proposed amendments to the IT Information Technology Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code Rules, IT Rules 2021, IT Rules 2021 by exercising power under the Information Technology Act 2000 IT Act. So, what are the key proposed amendments? Defining synthetically generated information, which is commonly known as a deep fake or artificial generated content. Deepfake is also known as a artificial generated content. So defining synthetically generated information. So this information artificially or algorithmically created, generated, modified or altered using a computer source in a manner that appears reasonably authentic or true. So, what are the mandatory declaration? Content creators must clearly label all the artificially generated or modified content before upload. Enhance obligation for significant social media intermediaries. These are the key amendments. Obtain a user declaration on whether uploaded information is synthetically generated. What are the why there is a need of proposed amendments? National security risk, spreading misinformation to reduce spreading misinformation, gender. It also increase gender-based harm, defamation, create defamation and fraud and impersonation. So, national first one is the national security risk by fakes can be used for spreading propaganda by anti-national forces, terrorist recruitment, etc., spreading misinformation, manipulate public opinion and influence election, gender-based harm. Example, deep fakes frequently targets women, leading to non-consensual explicit content and harassment. It can also causes defamation, can damage the reputation of individuals or institutions through fabricated videos or statements created by artificial intelligence. Fraud, it also causes fraud in impersonations, enables identity theft, financial scams, social engineering attacks, etc. Defect phishing. So, concept and consider the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology (MITI) has proposed amendments to IT Rules 2021 to address the growing threat of artificial intelligence generated misinformation and deepfakes. So, key provision are mandatory labeling of artificial generated or altered content, mechanism to trace the origin of deepfake materials. There is also strict compliance for social media intermediaries and artificial intelligence developers. It is also help in ensuring digital accountability and protection of citizen from deception. So these move aligned with India's artificial intelligence governance framework and global calls for ethical artificial intelligence regulation. So one liner recap is MITI has proposed new IT rules to mandate the labeling and traceability of artificial intelligence generated and deepfake content, aiming to curb misinformation and enhance digital accountability in India. MCQ question, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology MITI recently proposed new IT rules which are related to labeling and tracing the fake and artificial intelligence generated content. The proposed IT rules 2025 by MITI aim to, what are the aim? To mandate platforms to label artificial intelligence generated content and require tracing of deepfaking origins. Third one is wrong. The term deepfake refers to deepfake means artificial intelligence generated synthetic media that mimics real images, audio, or video. Next news is climate change brings mosquitoes to Iceland for the first time. Iceland for the first time in recorded history. So it was a surprising ecological development. Mosquitoes have been discovered in Iceland for the first time. It is Iceland for the first time, marking change for one of the few remaining mosquito-free region on Earth. Iceland is the first mosquito-free region on the Earth, but mosquitoes have been discovered in Iceland for the first time. The finding was confirmed by entomologist Mathis Alfredson of the Natural Science Institute of Ireland, who identified the species. And the name of that mosquito species is Culiceta annulata. Culiceta annulata. As of 2025, Antarctica remains the only mosquito-free region left on Earth. As of 2025, first recorded mosquitoes in Iceland, three mosquitoes, two females and one male, were found approximately 30 kilometers north of Reykjavik. These insects were caught using vine-socked ropes designed to attract moths, a method that inadvertently revealed the new arrivals. So, according to Alfred Sendam, this marks the first verified record of mosquitoes living in Iceland's natural environment. Until now, Iceland had said its mosquito-free status only with Antarctica. A previous case involving a single Aedes Nigrips specimen found abroad an aircraft years ago was never confirmed as part of local population and has since been lost. Possible pathways of introduction. What are the possible pathways? Experts suggest that mosquito may have been introduced accidentally through shipping routes or cargo containers. Given Iceland's growing maritime connection, entomologists are now monitoring or determine if the species can establish itself permanently. While some scientists link new insect occurrence to global warming, Alfred sends caution against attributing this case directly to climate change. So instead, he noted the resilience of Culiceta annulata mosquito, a species already adapted to endure prolonged freezing condition and harsh winters. Adaptation to harsh climate, the Clusteria annulata mosquito is known for its ability to survive in very cold regions across northern Europe. Its flexible breeding habits, ranging from puddles to artificial containers, allow it to adapt to different environments. So, this versatility could make Iceland's landscape suitable for seasonal or even permanent habitation, depending on future temperature patterns and ecological conditions. So, what are the implications for Iceland's ecosystem? Researchers are now preparing for extended monitoring during the spring of 2026 to assess whether the insect can reproduce and establish its colonies. Though not considered a major disease factor, the arrival of mosquitoes in Iceland underscores how even isolated ecosystems are becoming susceptible to biological shift driven by global trade and environmental climate change. Related GK facts: Iceland and Antarctica were previously the only region without native mosquito populations. So it's an important point. Iceland and Antarctica were previously the only region without native mosquitoes population. Cusileta annulata is a commonly known as a cold country mosquito found across northern Europe and part of Russia. Mosquitoes have existed for over 100 million years and are found on every continent except Antarctica. So, rising global temperatures have expanded mosquito habitats, increasing the risk of vector-borne disease worldwide. MCQ-based question: which are the prelims-based question? Which of the following could be possible reason for mosquitoes being found in Iceland for the first time? The main cause is a global warming, changing climate condition. Mosquitoes require which of the following environmental condition for survival and breeding? So, it requires warm temperature and stagnant water bodies. Mains GS, it is also a question of GS paper 3 environments. How does climate change influence the distribution of species such as mosquitoes in region previously considered unsuitable for their survival? Discussed with recent examples. So answer is given 150 words. One liner recap. For the first time, mosquitoes have been detected in Iceland, a clear sign of climate change enabling new species to survive in colder regions. The next news is open artificial intelligence chat GPT Atlas. Chat GPT Atlas, which is redefining web navigation with artificial intelligence. Open Artificial intelligence has unveiled ChatGPT Atlas. A new web ChatGPT Atlas is a new web browser designed to integrate its artificial intelligence assistant directly into everyday internet use. So, it helped to position it as a direct competitor to Google Chrome. ChatGPT Atlas aims to make browsing and searching more conversational, more easy, more efficient, and personalized, marking a significant shift in how users interact with the search web. What is ChatGPT Atlas? It is a full featured web browser that embeds our open artificial intelligence chat GPT into the browsing experience itself. User can interact with artificial intelligence on any web page without switching tabs or copying contents. Acting as a super assistant, Atlas helps user find information, automate tasks, and manage workflows in a single interface. The browser is now available globally on a Mac operating system for free Plus Pro and Go user, while business user can access a beta version. Version for Windows, iOS, and Android are expected soon, with enterprise and education access dependent on administration permission. Key features and capabilities. ChatGPT Atlas introduces several unique features, including built-in memory, allowing ChatGPT to recall browsing context and previous interaction, such as summarizing articles, retrieving past research, and remembering user preferences. So these are the features of ChatGPT Atlas. User maintain full control over these memories and can delete or archive them at any time. The browser also debuts agent mode, an automation tool enabling ChatGPT to act on users' behalf for tasks such as researching, planning, scheduling. It is available in previous preview for Plus, Pro, and business user. Agent mode represents open artificial intelligence, first step towards hands-free artificial intelligence assisted browsing. About installation and setup, ChatGPT Atlas. Installing ChatGPT is Atlas on Mac operating system is straightforward, easy. User can download it from chatgpt.com or Atlas, drag the app into their application folder, and log in with the existing ChatGPT account. The browser supports importing bookmarks, passwords, and history from other browser, ensuring a smooth transition for new users. About safety, privacy, and future outlook, Open Artificial Intelligence has emphasized safety in Atlas, ensuring ChatGPT cannot execute code, download files, or access external apps. Agent mode can run in a restricted state to protect sensitive information. The company acknowledged potential risk like hidden malicious instruction, but claims to have implemented robust safeguards and active monitorings. So, what are the facts? ChatGPT was first launched by Open Artificial Intelligence in November 2022 and quickly become one of the fastest growing consumer application in history. Google Chrome launched in the year 2008, currently dominates over